Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Come in, come in, come in, come in, wherever you are.
I don't even have my other phone locked and loaded.
Come on in. I am a thorn between two roses.
This is so true.
Shama.
Let's share, everyone. I need everyone to share. Share it from your social media platform. Start you a watch party. If you're on Facebook, invite your friends to come and be a part of a great
Come on in,
conversation.
enter in.
All right, stand up, William from Kentucky. And as you're coming in, hey, Deborah, let me know where you're checking in from.
And we're sharing on our
Make sure you
platform.
share.
Welcome Periscope, welcome Twitter, and welcome Facebook. Welcome everybody. Come in. Welcome.
Somebody gotta turn it down.
Periscope. She's sharing, I think.
Just yeah.
Comment, tell us where you're from, please, as we getting ready to get started in about 3 minutes.
Dallas, Texas is in the building.
Who?
Dallas, Texas. Kentucky is being represented on tonight. Deborah's checking in from Chicago, our sister city. Man, why would somebody call right now? And I just sent him a live. You got my brother John up. John, I'm doing the show. Tune in. Deshaun, you from Detroit?
We're going to get started in just a minute. We need y'all to share. You know, sharing is caring, people. Watch parties. It's the hottest relationship show on.
You got the close. Who? Somebody got the closed caption on. I see you.
Who?
I don't know what's going on, but this is good. You got to call somebody. Got somebody close. Oh yeah, the T. I think you have it on.
What's that?
You got the closed caption on. Look, you can.
Do what?
It's like a closed caption.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
All right.
Bishop stepping his game up out here.
Is that me?
Somebody didn't turn on the closed caption for the hearing impaired. Yes. Pull up. Let me see who we got. We got a Kiki in the building. Brenda, all the way from the Bahamas. Hey. Detroit is in the building. Chicago is in the building. Dallas, Texas is in the building. I'm loving it. Can you hear it? Yeah. We have an in-studio guest tonight too. We'll reveal at the end who's in studio. North Carolina's in the building. What part of North Carolina, Pamela? What part of North Carolina? Those are my roots right there, North and South Carolina.
All right, we're ready to get started. As you're checking in, our guest tonight, I've known her. Oh, how long have I known you, Atia?
About 17 years.
17 years from Pennsylvania. She's in Atlanta now. And know from church, one of the sister churches we used to fellowship with in Pennsylvania. And she has really become. She has a new book out. What's the name of it?
The title of the new bestseller hitting all platforms is No Green Beans, A Woman's Guide to Becoming the Ultimate 5-Course Experience. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome, Atia.
Thank you, Bishop and Lola. Thank you for having me.
What is that, Lola?
That's not me.
Oh.
That's coming from the red couch.
No, it's not. You know, somebody had the nerve to say that my red couch, I'm sitting on my cheap red couch. I want you to understand.
Wait. Before you read, don't read yet. Okay. Now let's go ahead and walk. It's Saturday night. We get a little crazy, so we're gonna walk them down. We're gonna walk them down. The person that said, because remember you taught me something a long time ago. You said we don't swap flies, so let's be mindful. We don't swap flies. The person that made a comment about your red couch, do they have a pot or a window to throw it out of?
They do. That might be the issue, that they have too much of a pot.
Well, yeah. Okay, then go ahead and walk that down.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Go ahead and say
what red couch is being seen all over the world now.
And say what color is their couch and who's seen it. How about the 5 people that see their couch? I'm not gonna do this because they'll put us off this show if I really show up.
So Lola has the questions.
I have the questions, and because I grew up,
everybody, please share. Share is caring. Go ahead.
Because I grew up in an environment where I was the only girl with 4 brothers, so I'm always the girl that's hanging out with the guys. Mm-hmm. Bishop and I has traveled all over the world together. We've been all over the place together. And he would literally have to stand up and tell people, this is not my girlfriend. This is not my wife. This is my sister. She is single. She is available. Y'all can have her because I don't want her. And I was like, what? Because people do not believe in genuine friendships between a man and a woman. So tonight's first question is, can a man and a woman be, as they said in the movie Boomerang, we're just friends, just friends. Does that really exist? What say you, my kind people?
Go ahead, Atia, you're the guest.
Greetings, Bishop and Lola. Thank you very much for having me this evening. It's both a pleasure and an honor. Great evening to everyone out there. I totally believe it exists. I believe it exists because I have several male platonic friends. I believe that it does exist. And I honestly, I believe that a man and a woman should be able to have a platonic relationship. I don't think it's healthy that the only relationship that a man and woman should have is a romantic relationship, because there are other things that we can learn from each other. There are other things that we can glean from each other, and it's healthy. You know, I mean, I have several bros, you know. what I mean? Big brothers, you know, of that nature. I even have guys that I dated, right? And we are now platonic, very, very good friends, you know? So I think it's healthy. And I know that it's definitely possible because I am a conduit of it. So I'm all for it. But sometimes I can say the men, I don't think the men always like it, because if a man kind of likes a woman, right? Because I've had guys say to me, Atia, I don't want to be your friend. Right. So sometimes the guys may not like it, but I know it's definitely possible for sure.
So,
Gregory Michael,
huh?
what say you?
Prior to me meeting Lola, I did not believe in it. Okay. So when I first met Lola, I'm probably going to be, can I be transparent?
Yeah.
Yes.
I met Lola at the Hudson Cafe, and when she walked in, I was like, dang, she's fine.
Aww.
You know, I mean, because Lola has a persona that she controls the room.
Yeah.
And for me to say that, because I control rooms. No. And I'm not saying, and somebody would take that arrogantly, but when you know who you are, you know, there's certain people that walk in that suck the air out of the room. They just, I mean, they don't try, you know, and that's not a bad thing. So when Lola walked in, I was like, she just came in walking. I mean, the Hudson Cafe is packed. It's lunchtime, and I'm sitting in the corner, probably with my jogging stuff on, because this is when I used to wear jogging stuff every day. And I'm like, who is that? So we start talking, and we found out that friendship was going to be greater than anything else. And I told her, I said, I'm not you, because, you know, I ain't. So she became my sister that I never had. Lola is very confident, very.
And let me say this: I had said to him during that time, because since we're going to be transparent, my brother has a trust issue because people seek out to be his friend for what they can get from him. And I was like, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want nothing from you, and I don't need nothing from you. Like, trust me, my life is really, really good. I'm like,
is that Sean? I'm sorry. Are they listening to? Is he listening? He has to probably put earphones, because I can hear it in the background.
he has earphones on.
Does he? Then where we repeat? I hear repeat somewhere.
Do you have another device going? Anybody got another device going?
I don't.
And they got to turn the volume all the way down.
Okay, so let me do that. That's probably me. I'm the call. Okay.
Are you gonna be charged like?
No.
And we got to figure out how to take off the closed caption, because the closed caption is blocking some of the comments too.
I don't know.
But we'll get to that, and we'll read the comments just to make sure everybody's comments.
I got them here. I can put them up here. I got them. I got them. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I was telling Gregory Michael that I just want to be your friend. Like I don't want nothing from you. And at that point in my life, where I've always been used to being a girl that was cool with all the hot guys anyway. So I never take a compliment as if just because someone compliments you, say, oh, you look nice today, or I like what you're wearing. That doesn't mean that everybody wants you just because they pay you a compliment. So I never roll into the assumption of, oh, he wants me. I don't do that. And we got to know each other, and we found out that we had some common interests. And I always try to learn the heart of a person. And I was able to get to learn the heart of him. And I told him, and this is a true conversation. I said, man, I don't want anything from you, and I'll never ask anything of you. Only thing I'm here to do is be your friend. Did I not say that to you? I was like, that's it. I just want to be your friend. Like, I won't be that person that's trying to get close to you or wanted to get close to you for the purpose. Because I know what that feels like, because that's something that I've had to struggle with here in the city as well. When what they perceive as popular, when you know one or two important individuals, people like to cling on to you so they can get access to the things that you have access to. So I've always been an advocate of, I'll give and share my world with anybody, but don't use me or don't try to use my friendship. So I've definitely, I have a ton of platonic friends. When I throw events, because I throw a lot of events in the city, it's funny because it's more dudes that show up than girls. They be like, where the women at? I be like, I'm a girl. I got all the fellas. Y'all bring the women. You supposed to tell them. You a man, you tell them. But if I throw an event, it's gonna be a ton of men to show up, and they're gonna be good looking, and they're not mad. Y'all can have them. Go ahead. I'll tell you the ones that's in the stable. That one, no, I'm joking. I'm for real though. But so we all agree that you can have a platonic friendship between men and women. Here's the next question, and Atia, you alluded to this. Oftentimes, females, when we see a man as a friend, they almost get a lifetime sentence in the friend zone. And it's, for me, I'll ask you this. I haven't been able to transition anyone out of the friend zone into anything more. Have you ever been able to do that?
I know for me, because I'm from Philly, right? And you from Detroit, right? And so it's something about, I'm a city girl. So I've always been with the guys. You know what I mean?
Philly got some good fellas too.
When I was younger, I dated a lot of thugs, right? And so I was always on the block, you know what I mean? And so all of my boyfriends, and even those as I got older, we were kind of friends, right? So even if, now I know now for me, friendship is paramount for me. It's a necessity for me now. More so even if we have an attraction, because I think that's what it should be founded on. Because a lot of times we miss friendships, you know what I mean? When we're in, when we're in relationship, like I need to be able to laugh and joke with you. I need to be able to be 100% vulnerable with you. You understand what I mean? I need to be able to give you all of me. Right? I need to be able to tell you the things that I've done, right? The things that I'm thinking about doing. I need that because I am 100% a communicator, right? That's who I am. So I know for me, I can't be with anyone that can't handle all of who I am. I can't. And that goes back to capacity. I was talking about capacity before, because a lot of times, men, Lola, they probably look at you, and women, they probably look at Bishop, and from the outward, right? They love what they see, right? But the question is do you have the capacity to handle who I am?
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people get caught up in the package.
Yes.
Of what they first see with the naked eye.
Yes.
And I've been saying this every week that we come on here. I tell people up front, be careful trying to run up behind me. I can handle it. Because I'm a bit much.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is that, like it was indicated in the comments, I'm confident.
Yes.
I'm bold in my stance. I don't apologize for the greatness that God gave me.
Yes.
I'm humble. And I'm appreciative of the love and support that people give me. But I make no apologies because I feel He made all of us great.
Yes.
All of us are beautiful. All of us are perfect.
Yes.
All of us. Every last one of us. And I feel like the stronger and the tighter your relationship is with God, the more appreciative you are of the person that you are.
Absolutely.
Like, God, you love me this much that you made me this dope.
Absolutely.
Man. Like that's the way I look at it.
Absolutely.
And so I make no apologies because the God I serve is almighty. So why should I apologize? Because He made me dope. Now,
yes,
there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance.
Correct.
And confidence will build those up that surround you. When somebody paid me, Sean and I had this conversation yesterday. And someone had commented on my hair. They was like, "Oh my God, I love your hair. I love your hair." I was like, "Thank you." And I returned a compliment back to the individual. Like queens honor other queens. When someone compliments you, you compliment them back. You always find the opportunity to pour into somebody's life.
Yes.
That's confidence, because when you're confident about who you are, you have no problem honoring somebody else.
Yes, absolutely.
Arrogance is when it becomes nasty and you want to belittle and put other people down so that you can be taller or you can stand strong. I don't do that, but I make no apologies that he made us great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm over, that whole piece. I believe you can be friends, but I don't know if when you like the person, can you switch from dating them to be the friend zone? That's
Yes.
I don't want to go there yet. Hold on. Let me say, I think some great relationships might be missed, and even marriages, because you never crossed over. Because isn't dating and marriage about being that person's friend? Well, isn't that really about, again, I would like this fairy tale thing to say if I do it again, to say, today I married my friend. I think it's the most sexiest thing in the world to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Married your friend. But isn't that what we're reaching toward? To be that person's best friend? So what's wrong with, you might have had the right one right up under your, if you like the friend part, if you like the friend part and you're really good friends with them, maybe all these other people that you've been dating has been the wrong one, and right up under your nose, you have the right one. So maybe they don't look exactly like, but at the end of the day, everybody's stuff gonna fall.
Yes.
Gonna limp. The grass wither away. The flowers fade. But at the end of the day, when you're gumming and you ain't got too many, you ain't got all 42, 32, whatever you're supposed to have, aren't you supposed to be able to talk to that person? I'm just throwing it out here. Somebody told me to ask it in the back of the room, because we could be missing out on the right one if we don't transition and say, hey, you know what? This may be good. We might be on to something. You done talked about sex. If you really friend, you done talked about all the stuff that you didn't like in somebody, and then y'all got more stuff. I'm trying to help somebody. Y'all got more stuff that's in common.
Yes.
That's not in common. What say you, Lola?
Okay, and so let me make a clarification, because when I speak of this, there's two types of friendships, right? So there's that meeting that you have, and when you see the individual, you instantly know that you want to have something more with that individual. I ain't talking about that one, where when you see them and you like, if the opportunity presents itself, yeah, I'm with it. I'm not talking about that one, because from there you build friendship. I'm not talking about, when I say can platonic friends, I'm talking about that person that you like went to grade school with, like it was just really nothing. There was no attraction, there was no anything. You all were just legit friends. That's the perspective that I'm talking about. Can those come out of the friendship zone into something wonderful? Now, going to the question that you're saying, I would say the past 1, 2, I'll say the past 2 individuals that I've courted are both someone that I've known for 20 years, and we were friends. My ex, there was a 20 years ago when I saw them, it was that, oh yeah. But there was some interference in the way that blocked it. So we waited 20 years, and yeah, it should have still been blocked. Anyway, that's a whole nother situation. Now, the next scenario is someone that I've also known. And at that point, so I'm answering your question now. Back in the day, I was like, and through the years, I've been like, no, 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 no. And during this time of quarantine and time with self, you really get to assessing every decision you've made, especially when you sit in the house by yourself. You be like, now, why am I sitting here by myself? And you start looking at your decision making. And I realized that I've made some poor choices in the past and made some poor decisions. Yeah. And so, like Bishop said, there are some things that you have to look at that women, we're looking for safety. We're looking for security. We're looking for our best friend. We're looking for our mate. We're looking for all of those things. And like he said, sometimes it could be right up under your nose. And the whole time you're like, I'm straight now. I don't want. And so I've had to reevaluate some of my choices and decisions to take on new opportunities to see what can come of it. Because the friendship has always been solid. It's always been there. And so sometimes you have to take what's there and see what you can build from it. Because how can two walk unless they agree? And right now, you know, I agree.
Atia, read that statement right there on the screen. Can you see that?
Yes, I think it's hard for women to go from friends to relationships back to friend zone.
What do you think?
I disagree.
What do you think, Atia?
I don't. I'm with Lola because women are made up differently than men are, right? So a lot of times for men, and Bishop, please correct me if you disagree. A lot of times, if a man say he's done, right? But if there's been a situation where however the situation disseminated between a woman and a man, and the man was kind of at fault, the man really doesn't get over that, right? And so it could be years, right? And so not only does he still love her or really like her or want something with her, it's always in the back of his mind, like, I messed that up. And it was something that he really desired. For us women, and I can only speak for me, when I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not mad. I'm just done. I'm not mad. I'm not
nothing to be mad about.
I'm just done. And I know for me, and I'll use my ex-husband. I've been divorced now for 7 years, right? I can't even believe it's been that long. I've been divorced for 7 years. And I'm going to be honest, the first 5 years after I got divorced, I did not date. The first 5 years, I dated no one. I couldn't. I used that time to really heal, right? To really go through the process of healing, right? And then my ex-husband and I, we were really good friends. But then, you know, when things happen things happen. But back to this day, we're still really, really good friends. We go co-parent, of course, but it definitely is possible. And we were in love. So I know for me, it's easy. And I have friends now that I've dated and I'm friends with again. And the feeling is really, it's not there. And if it's a little something, it's okay. I'll live with it. It's not that big of a deal. So I definitely think, I know me, I can go back. I can go back to a friend zone for sure.
So let me get some of that. Don't forget what you said.
No. So for me, once I look at you one kind of way, or I've been emotionally attached, or any, I just think men, once we look at you as the girlfriend.
Y'all can't handle the emotions that come with the relationship. Y'all can't handle that.
And we're not emotional, but when it comes to that, you know, we always want to try to cross. Like I talk to women that have said, even though they're not with their baby daddy, but when they have contact with them, they even drop them off, that the baby daddy be like, "Can I get that?"
Yeah, it's true. I
hope y'all children is up, because you know this is. Hey, before I go where I'm going, can you know? So I don't know if it can turn on and turn off like that. We got some men on here. I see we got older men, younger men, and the men is picking up on our show. What y'all think? Put it in the comments why Lola get a piece of this, because she wants a piece of this.
I need a piece of, because I've had a certain addiction for a long time. And we're not talking drugs, people. I talk in parables. So y'all just walk with me. But I've had a particular addiction for, a long time. I've had a stronghold that I had asked God to please take the stronghold. And I'm happy to announce that I am a year clean. I wish we had some music in the background because don't nobody understand how strong that is, Sean and Gregory Michael. But I've been clean for a year. But in being clean,
won't he make it?
Right, that's what we need to be playing. I've been clean for a year, and one thing that people never understood about our bond was the underline of our friendship, and we've always been great friends. But even though I've been clean for a full year, our friendship has blossomed and grown, and it's just amazing because 2 years ago, I would have never said that. I would have been like I just couldn't believe that it would happen. But the thing about men and women, we can handle the emotions that come with the relationship, even because, like we said, when we're done, when we're really done, we're done.
Period. Yes.
That don't mean that I have to hate you, because like I get along with my ex-husband as well. That's my guy. I never talk bad about him. The relationship didn't work, but just because the relationship don't work, don't mean that that's a bad person. Your season was just over with. The difference between men and women, we could see you, and you can look real nice, and but you want to give that headache to somebody else. Like, you know what?
I don't think that's just a man or woman thing, because I'm the same way. I see you look good. I mean, I want you back because I have flashbacks of why you might.
Exactly. And you know what, to that point, Lola, and I know I have to talk to Lola because I'm talking woman to woman, alluding to what Bishop said with regard to once he sees someone in a different, like if he's ever had feelings for someone, right? And once you see that person in that light, you're going to always feel like that for that person. And for me, Lola, and I know you're this type of woman too, you just have some women, you have some that are 1 in a million, and you have some that are once in a lifetime. Lola, you're once in a lifetime, and so am I. And so what I mean by that is it could be 20 years down the line. Right? I've literally, and I still talk, I literally had a boyfriend when I was 18 years old. I talked to him about 2 weeks ago. He literally told me, he said, Tia, out of the 3 girl women in my life, like we really could have had, I was 18. So sometimes you just have that, it factor, right? It goes into, and I'm not going to get into the book really, when you're an ultimate 5-course experience, right?
Come on.
It's real. It's real. When you're that ultimate 5-course experience, you leave a lasting impression on someone. Like no one is gonna be like, what was your name again? They're gonna be like, oh no, that's Lola, right?
And you know what? Let me add to your 5-course.
Yeah.
I say all the time, and people think I'm crazy. I'm like, I don't have an ex that I can't go back and talk to. Not one.
That's real. Absolutely. Real.
Not one.
It's real.
And let me check my record just to be accurate in my account. Yeah. First of all, it's a few principles that I live by. Number 1, you never disrespect a king.
Correct.
Just because the relationship don't work, hey, I'm never gonna cuss you out.
Correct.
I cannot cuss you out and then tell you I love you out the same mouth. Those two just don't.
Absolutely.
I don't argue. I'm not gonna go back. I'm gonna respect your opinion. If I disagree with it, we'll respectfully disagree. But I'm not about to go back and forth and create this scenario. I'm not doing all of that. It's not working. I'm not gonna waste your time.
Right.
I tell you what. I'll just go ahead and exit stage left. I don't like to fight. I don't like to go because I am a Gemini. It's Gemini season, everybody. It's Gemini season.
Yes, it is.
I'm a Gemini. So I definitely have those two sides. I purposely try to operate in one side of it because that twin is not that nice. And you can't come back from certain things. An apology won't fix certain things.
Correct.
So I just stay away from that whole thing. So, with love and kindness will you draw the people, with love and kindness will you lead the people. It's okay.
Here's what I believe. I believe when a man tells you something, you ought to believe him.
You better.
A man's perspective. I also believe when a woman speaks, you believe their perspective, especially if more than one is saying it. So look what Sean just said. He's a man. The man believes once I've had it, I can always get it again. Let me tell you something. Men believe that because there's a tiger and a conqueror and a hunter in them that think that they can do what Sean just said. At the end of the day, I'm telling you, they believe if you were vulnerable to do one time, then they believe.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
He ain't lying.
It's
and they will hold on, and they will do it just to prove it.
I like that whole cat and mouse game too. I like that. I like that whole little chase thing. I like it. It's entertaining.
Because I done told you, you like a dude. You're a dude.
That's not nice to say in front of these people.
You're a dude.
That's not what you say about your sister. You canceling any reservations that I could have had coming my way.
I'm telling you what you think like.
That's because I was groomed by men. And so my perspective.
Sean, I don't know if that was a thank you for me to bag you up in that, because it really was not nothing good about us. Sean is hot tonight. You have no idea how many women have said that to me. Said what?
Somebody.
No, sir, nada. When we say we're done and are really done, we done. Block, delete. Oh no, I agree with that. I'm just saying what we feel like, and in many cases we're wrong, because when y'all really done, y'all done. And see, me being a Gemini, I'm the epitome of done. Done.
But don't you like the challenge of the chase and the pursuit?
Do I?
Yeah, that's her.
When I do that, when I get to it, I'd be like, I do this.
The chase is the most exciting.
But that's a Gemini thing too. That's a Gemini thing too.
Oh, the chase?
So Lola, when you say the chase,
you're a man.
We're talking about
man thinking. Go ahead.
What you say, Atia?
Help me understand when you say you enjoy the chase, you love the chase. Help me understand what you're talking about.
You like both.
So there is so let's say we go out, right? We having a girls' night.
Yeah.
And let's say there's this guy that I've been crushing on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me say this about me. I won't say a word.
Right. Right.
Won't say a word.
Right.
I could be in love with you and you'll never know it.
Right.
But if I see you and I be like, oh, Tia,
Right.
and we lock eyes.
Okay,
Right.
but why? Why? Because that could.
Because I'm a lady.
It don't matter.
I'm a lady.
Men still like. What happened to the black and white movies? Wait, Linda. What happened to the black and white movies where the lady dropped her glove or she bent over to pick something up right in front, or just winked or just
blew. I know how to get your attention.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
I'm still not gonna say anything, but I know how to send you enough smoke signal to send your energy this way. I know how to send it.
No, Dr. Eve, it ain't about being desperate.
No, I'm not. Oh, somebody said that.
Read your comment.
I see it. Desperate child. No, ma'am. Too many people in the world. So I enjoy.
I do. Brenda, I do.
They may not have any interest in me because Atia, you're a beautiful lady, so you get this. You get ready to understand what I'm saying. If push came to shove and you had important outing to go to, you can find a date. That's not a problem.
I could.
We know it. That's easy. That's the easy stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can find a date. But then there's some that's not thinking about you. That's the one I. That's
Right.
the one. You see, that's the one I want to. Because I enjoy. Because what's readily available is easy.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Easy is not always fun. I'm not knocking easy, but sometimes I like the experience. And when I say the chase, that's the getting to know, trying to let you know that I'm the 5 course that you need. You
Yes.
used to eating that 3 and 2 star.
Yeah.
I need you to understand what this table is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I enjoy that interaction from somebody that I completely that knows nothing about me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you have personalities as big as ours, there's really no place that we can go that people don't already know who we are. And so they're like, "Oh yeah, Lola, you know so," and I'm honored. But I really want to engage with someone that knows nothing about me, because
Yes.
now you come into this situation with no preconceived notions
Yes.
about who you think I am.
Yes.
The chase, that's the part I'm talking about, is where we really take time to get to know each other. And it's, you haven't seen me on the stage, you haven't watched the pot, you know nothing about me.
Yes.
It's your blind faith, and you coming in. That's what I like.
So,
Yes.
Tara Clay said, "Yep, I know how to set up the play to get the number." That's all I'm talking about. They call and response. Let's make it interesting. I believe, and other men are on here, I believe we still like the flirt. We don't flirt anymore. We want to flirt. But so many, you don't get. We need something back to know that you're okay with what we, you respond to what I'm doing. So I know that I'm not getting off signals, because see, I don't like rejection, and I don't think nobody does. And so you put yourself out there and you putting the bait out there.
Yeah.
And they're coming at it, but then you don't really know. Why do y'all do that? Can y'all be a little more like, if I got all that kind of mind, can y'all just say, "I got you, I'll get you"? No?
Well, again, how can two walk unless they agree? Someone has a really good comment here. What happens when the chase is over and you find out that it's not what you really wanted? Then you walk away. This not.
Relationship and dating is getting data. It's okay to walk away. I keep saying that.
Walk away. Walk away.
Getting data.
We too old to be wasting people's time. And
I think it's disrespectful if you don't say something.
You know who is an advocate of wasting people's time?
Sean.
You snatched the word. Sean will waste somebody's time. I'll be like, just stop talking to him. What are you doing?
Look at this. I love Colvin. I love you, whoever you are, man. Colvin Humes. He's had some great comments. Women don't understand men. Men want you to flirt. Women, we want y'all to respond.
Yeah.
We will. You just have to make the first move. I think these two that's on the line tonight, I think if you make the first move.
Y'all speaking for 10% of the women.
But you've seen me.
I will stop. I'm going to, my past, I'm just going to stop if there's no, because first of all, Lola, help them out, because they don't believe me when I tell them this.
Here, let me say it for you. Y'all seen the 5 Heartbeats?
Yes.
With Duck and his brother, and he'd be like, come on, man, let's play Shy Guy. Let's play Shy Guy. Well, this one right over here not playing. He's scared to talk to people.
No, I'm not scared. I'm an introvert, and y'all see me in this light.
Yeah.
No, he's a real introvert.
I'm comfortable. I guess y'all said, well, you do TV every day. I did 3 shows today.
I count 6 people that he'll talk to.
This is my second nature. This is second nature. I'd rather talk to this green light in my computer and these cameras that's in my home. I've done 3 shows today. I can talk to y'all on this. But when it comes, I'm telling you, help me out. I need something back.
Yeah, he's not good at interaction. His interpersonal skills needs developing.
No, I don't know. That's not true. That's
not a bad thing. You're introvert, and because you're an introvert, when you get in social settings, you go inward versus being an extrovert like you are right now. If we were in a room full of people, if you didn't know these people,
I'd be. I'm over in the corner.
You ain't talking to nobody.
Once we get past you interested, I'm interested, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, but before that, because I ain't got time, but you know, Bishop Jesse Ellis, anybody that know him, he told Sabrina, he had not known her long. He said, I had time for all that small talk. He said, listen, you want to marry me? Meet me at the church Saturday at 5 p.m. And I ain't got time for all this extra talk and all that stuff. Let me see. Lola, exactly correct. Read some of the comments. I agree with Lola. Man, go first. I reciprocate.
I agree as well. I think, I know for me, I'm not the one that, and I'm Lola, I'm like you. I may have an interest in you. I'm not going to come up. That's just not who I am. You know, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not the kind of woman that, you know, oh, you have to chase me. And I'm going to be honest. I'm really not even into that, because at some point, if I do have an interest, I'm going to slow down so you can catch me, right? I don't feel like this is not a game. We're not children, right? So I'm not playing a game with you. Oh, let me see who texts first. Now, if I'm making an assessment, right, so that I can assess the situation, because sometimes we ladies, we sleep a lot. And what I mean by that is, if we're not careful, if we don't pay attention, you'll think you're really in a relationship with someone and you're driving the relationship. The only time you hear from him is in response to you. He knows your whole entire family. You know his 3 friends. And so I think when assessment comes, you have to really understand and pay attention to know, is he responding to me or is he initiating contact? Because that's 2 different things.
That's good. That's good.
2 different things.
Yeah.
The only time we go out is if I'm texting you, hey, what you doing tonight? Let's go out. But you don't ever plan a date. You don't ever initiate. That's 2 different things.
But it's got to be reciprocal on both parties.
I understand.
If he's interested,
yeah,
you shouldn't be the one saying hey all the time or hello,
right,
or whatever. You should reciprocate, because especially if it's 2 people that are busy. And no, we're gonna get more into that. Men already deal with a lot of pressure, so help flirting. Yeah, we're going through a lot out here. Can't breathe and all that. Y'all help us out. I'm so wait a minute. I want to go back to Tara, because Tara said in some of these comments, she said, I ain't got no problem. Just give me the opening. I'm gonna get the number. So she's aggressive.
She a Leo.
Okay.
And Leo's king of the jungle. She
Paul Campbell. If he's doing too much, women may pull back. Is that true?
I agree, Paula. I agree, because for me, I'm going to be honest. Now, what really impresses me and turns me on about a man is a man that has restraint. I'm telling you, it's not a compliment to me if you cannot contain yourself around me. Oh, I just gotta have you. You so sexy. No.
Oh, that's good.
Because what that says to me,
that's turn off.
Yeah, that's too much.
Exactly, because it's translating that you don't have any discipline and any restraint. And so when you're doing too much, it's a turn off. I mean, it's all right for you to let someone know that you're interested, right? But just fall back a little bit to see, if it's reciprocal. So Paula, I do agree with you.
I think that it is a huge turnoff, and I also think it's disrespectful. Now, to tell someone that she's beautiful, thank you. You're gorgeous, thank you. But when I get you sexy one too many times, it just turns me off. Now you're looking at me as a sexual object. Correct. And that is a complete turn off. And Correct. You will never see the other side of home plate. You'll
Correct.
never get to first base. You'll never get to drop your bat. I hate men think that they're complimenting you by telling you how sexy you are. But for me, not so much.
I agree.
I become offended. And I've told people you make me uncomfortable when you say that. I mean, you are okay, but that's not getting you any points.
I agree with this, Paula. And I'm going to be on Paula's show. Paula is an artist. You all get up music, Paula Campbell. But I'm going to be on her show, I think Monday on IG. When he's aggressive, we know what men want when we first meet. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Know me.
Get to know me slow. Take your time.
But see, I'm glad we're saying that, because that's a red flag. If
Yeah.
too fast, no. That's why COVID got everybody in the house, so you can move slow.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jones, so true. Sean is our other co-host, by the way. Absolutely agree, Lola.
And we talk about that a lot also when we talking about being too aggressive and moving too fast. I talk about that also in a book, because me personally, I believe that it's our responsibility as women, right? To slow walk a man if we have to. And what do I mean by that? If a man, and I talk about that, I have something called, what type of experience are you? Are you a drive-through restaurant? You never close, you open 24 hours, right? Are you a cafe where only thing you get is casual stuff, jeans and a t-shirt, and all you eat is sandwiches? So are you casual? And you'll never have anything because you're in a casual zone, right?
Tell the book.
Are you a buffet? Are you picked over?
But you slow them down, you can also get rid of them, and you know their intentions by doing that.
Correct. Exactly. And that's
I said it to all women, because Sean said something earlier, and we glossed past it, and that is women say they done, but they don't be done, and I have the data to prove it. In my DMs and my messaging from all my relationships, I'm not talking about people that come at me. I'm talking about people that want advice. They just can't get rid of that soul tie, and they say it. But when a man don't listen to what you say as much as your actions. When you say you done, and he can still come walk in and out, y'all ain't giving me no.
You are on it.
You know that when he know that he can use you as a doormat, he gonna keep walking. He will go down the street, not the street, and let you know he was somebody else. But he look at my face. He know he can come back.
Bullseye.
He know he can come back. So we know you don't really mean it. We know now. We know the ones that really mean it, but we know the ones that really don't, because they gonna try you.
And you have to cut off access. When you go radio silence, no communication, no nothing. That's the coldest move in the book.
Yeah. I agree with him on this too. Women tend to rush things more. They rush things more. They do the rapid fire questioning, like on the second date. You
want to get married?
You want to get married?
Rapid fire.
I call it rapid fire. You want to get married? How many kids you want? How many kids you got? What's their name?
He also said women start saying we too early.
Hell, I don't know my age half the time. I don't know all their ages. I'm bad with that. I'm just saying, slow down on both sides. Y'all think you need to slow down? Y'all want to let this word organic has become so critical in my life. Let it happen organically.
Yes.
I am an interviewer by trade.
Yes.
I know how to, but I turn my interview skills off when I'm out with somebody, because I know that that's what I do. Maybe that's the reason why I like all the rapid fire, because I do this for a living. So when I go out, I want to just take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
My granddaddy said, "Do it slow, so you can do it slow."
Tammy said, go down to Tammy. Tammy said women let men come in and out because they have that wood.
Well, this has become an official adult show.
She ain't never lied. She's telling the truth. Somebody can agree with her.
The men can't talk about that. We don't know nothing about it.
I'm just saying, but that's a true statement. That's a true statement because, okay, what time is it?
10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. So after 10 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, I can say what I'm getting ready to say. I'll be professional. Sometimes when something is good to you,
my colleagues might be on here, so watch what you say.
That's what I said. I'm you know, I talk for a living too. Sometimes when things are good to you, it can have an expiration date, but you think that if you keep it in the refrigerator, it'll preserve it and you'll keep it a little longer. But what's bad for you is bad for you.
Period.
But sometimes you put things in the freezer thinking if I put it in the freezer and let it keep past its expiration date, I'll still be able to work with. No, what's bad for you is bad for you. Sometimes we hold on to things because we like the way it feels to us. But what's bad for you is bad for you. And yeah. When a person take up real estate in your mind, see, men and women are different. If we give you our mind, it's over.
So y'all say men think from our second head. So then y'all think from a perspective too. Then, if you're saying what you're saying to be true,
yeah. Oh no, because see, we're emotional creatures. So a lot of women tie that into their emotional activities.
Gotcha.
And so because that becomes an emotional activity, because we're so emotionally based, we tend to linger with the hopes that maybe this time will be the time to change him or change his mind. And it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
All right. So everybody, you're just joining us. This is the second hour. We're gonna definitely pivot to the next question and comments. You all keep commenting. Need you to share. And Tia Stevenson is on the air with us tonight, and she has a new book coming out, and we will remind you of it again. So Lola,
yeah,
go for it. What's the second question?
So I was engaged in conversation with my good buddy Sean, and we were and actually what sparked the conversation, this is a true story. We were out doing our little 5-mile walk one day, and we were walking with some mutual friends, and a friend of ours received a phone call from another friend saying, and I quote, I don't want to be offensive, but what do you think about dating blue collar? And the woman's husband is blue collar, and she's white collar. And so we all were just flabbergasted because I thought to call someone with that type of question was offensive. I thought that she was out of order. I didn't think that she was in any position to be asking anything about what her preference, and I just didn't like it. But then we started up a bigger conversation about white collar versus blue collar. Where does the compatibility lie? Where does people's interest lie? Are you interested in a blue collar? Are you interested in a white collar? Do you even know what white collar and blue collar is? Do you understand what that means when you hear people talk about white collar, blue collar? And so that became a dialogue. And so yesterday, Sean and I were having a conversation, and he had said, do you think a white collar man would date a blue collar woman? And I said, I think so, absolutely. Because most scenarios, the men in the world that I live in, I know this is not everyone, but in the world that I live, the man is the provider, the sole source of the providing. But if his woman has a job, he doesn't mind if it's white collar or blue collar because he's the one that's the head of the household and that's providing. So if she's working, whatever she wants to do, he's cool with it. He's cool with it. And so then Sean went deeper to say, well, when I say blue collar, I'm saying a factory worker or in a plant or something like that. I'm saying, okay, I'll leave it right there. And I'm like, I don't think he would care. I think you see more of that on a regular basis because, you know, men, I don't think they really care. Not all of them. Because it's like she's bringing something to the table.
What you're really talking about, let me see if I'm getting it right. You're talking about a boss versus not a boss.
Well, that's how you're putting it.
I'm asking you. Because most people don't, I mean, most people wouldn't know about blue collar or white collar, but are you talking about a boss and
Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that.
And a one of the work. I mean, what do we? No, I'm gonna let Atia start with that one.
I'm reminded of Good Deeds, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Right? Good Deeds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Perry, right?
Yeah.
Come on, right now, I'd watch it all over.
I love
That was his best movie ever.
Yes, I love Good Deeds. And so for those that haven't seen it, Tyler Perry was a CEO of this company. He inherited from his father. And they had the perfect relationship. He was going with Gabrielle Union. They were both from, Ivy League schools, and they had the perfect relationship to the natural eye, right? To those outside looking in. But when they were home, there was nothing between them, right? It was just very, very rigid. Come to find out, so he's at work doing his normal job. So the cleaning lady comes, right? My girl, Tandy Newton. So she's the janitor. She's the janitor now, right? She's the janitor, and she's just, she's just cleaning. But what really drew him at the end of the day, what really drew him to her was the fact that she loved him for him and took the time out to really get into who he was.
Yeah.
And sometimes, especially men of affluence, right? Men of influence and men of affluence. Sometimes when you're a man in high esteem, you have a lot of people that's looking for you for what you have. A lot of people that just, every time they call you, every time they're on the phone, is what you can do for them, right? And so at some point, you can really feel like, well, do I even matter, right? And so someone just to come and be into you. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care what you do. Right now, I want to know about you. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? I want to know about you. And so I know for a man, right? Because I've been on both sides. I'm going to be totally honest. And when I meet men, I mean, I've dealt with very affluential men. Like, I can tell you, like, I've dated NFL players, NBA, like, that doesn't matter to me. I can care less what you have, right? And so at the end of the day, what he cared most about was she took the time to really discover something in him that he never knew. And so with that, what did he do? He put a daycare in he created things for her. She was actually homeless, sleeping in her car. Yeah. Right. And so at the end of the day, I think that, depending on the type of man that it is, some men say, I have to have someone up here because they have to understand. And just because we make the same amount of money, I can understand your lifestyle. I can understand if we can't really see each other for 2 weeks, right? But that doesn't mean that we have the intimacy that we need.
Because she hit a place in him.
Yes.
That was empty.
Correct. Correct.
She hit a place that even my girl and with her beautiful self,
Gabrielle,
wasn't hitting.
Mm-hmm.
He loved Gabby. He said it. But she wasn't hitting. This girl went and did something so simple as to have a motorcycle borrowed, and they rode off. Something that she touched something.
Mm-hmm.
And when a woman touches something that's not being fulfilled, you could have all the tea in China, you could have all the money in the world. They're not looking at your social status.
Yes.
They're looking at what you're touching.
Yes.
And she touched, again, something in him that wasn't being touched. So the social economic part, he had that.
Yes.
He could take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
He could leave the company and still live and take care of her and her baby. So he wasn't looking for her to give something that he already had.
Mm-hmm.
She touched, and when you touch something in somebody that's not being fulfilled, and you can have everything they got. Just touch it. I don't mean to preach tonight. That's tomorrow. Just touch something that ain't been touched.
Powerful.
It will. Betty Wright told us about the cleanup. What you know about the Betty Wright, Jazz? For that. Go ahead.
Mika Edwards said, professional, successful women don't think like that. So I gave the perspective from the male to female, flipping the coin, where the woman is the white collar or the boss. Is it easy to date what one would perceive as non-boss or not on the level? I agree with Atia in saying that I've dated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And when you've had the experience of the spectrum, you learn that it doesn't matter the amount of money that may sit in your bank account. It's the quality and the caliber of time that you're willing to give me. And it's how you honor and respect and treat me that matters at the end of the day. Because you could get a white collar man, and I don't want to be fake. Let me say this. I'm not on here trying to be fake because I like a boss. I ain't gonna front. I like a boss. I like an alpha boss because I'm an alpha female. So I need that alpha to tame all of this.
We need it.
I need it. So be clear. I'm not gonna get up here and be fake with y'all.
Right.
Hi, my name is Lola, and I like a boss. However, in me liking a boss, there's a level of honor and respect that you have to give me. And when you do not give that to me, deuces.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna ever ask you for anything. I've dated, like you said, I've dated professional athletes. I've dated in the entertainment. I've done it. And so once you've had it, you realize it's not about the money.
Correct.
Last week I said, and I said every week, it's not that I'm going to ask you for anything, but if my back is ever against the wall, I need you to be able to have the means to help me if I ever come and request and ask it. But on a regular basis, that will never be my conversation because I work hard to provide for myself.
Yes.
But I do like a boss.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be treated with honor and respect. My father was a blue collar worker, and he provided for his family well. He honored and respected my mom, and still does to this day. So I think it's about the connection, and I'm big on connection. That they constantly joke me every week about that, like we don't understand why she did it. And I say this: we had a connection that was amazing.
Right.
That opened up the door to the opportunity. So regardless of what their financial status was, regardless of what they were able to bring to the table, the connection that we shared was bigger. So I gave them the opportunity.
Yes, correct.
But I will go on record and say, hi, my name is Lola, and I do like a boss, because I would be fake if I said anything else. Because I could just smell the energy on the boss. Yeah. Oh, that great turn me out. I'll be like, oh, look, if he pointing fingers and telling people what to do, that thing turns me on.
So let me ask y'all this, because you know I'm real big on this. Does it have to do with where you're at in life too?
I think so.
Are you willing to accept a boss or a boss or a blue collar? It's according to where you're at. Because I've had this conversation with men of status and means, and the bottom line, they've said that at this point in their lives, and one is a widower. That's a man, right? Widower. And he's like, I can't just date just anybody now. I mean, because I've had, and for them to just come and they don't bring something to the table, it would just seem like they just want what I have. Because I don't want to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? I have to watch. Is that wrong? Though?
No, I think you have to be able to add value to whatever situation you walk into. And the value that I'm talking about is not the golden place between your legs. That's not what I'm talking talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about you, the two of you. If you were trying to build an empire, you have to be able to bring something to the table that you guys can build together. You have to have the mental means, the physical means, the spiritual means, the emotional. You have to be able to bring something to the table that the two of you can come together and build. You have to be able to add some type of value. You want to be an asset and not a liability.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a good steward over your resources, because I think at this point in life, people are looking at how have you handled your resources?
Mm-hmm.
How have you managed your resources? That be your financial resources, that be your physical resources. Like when people come to your house and look at how you living, like they want to know, can we build together? When they come to your personal space.
Okay. You help me out. Help me out then. Because I'm older now. I've had a lot of stuff. Atia's know me, and I see Joyce on here from Pennsylvania. Y'all know me when I've had Rolls Royces. Okay, I've had those things. Okay, I've had 7,000 square feet home. You know, all that. Now my place is not.
Don't do that.
Let me finish. You know, because my pastor always be on me like, Bishop, what you paid to let down, you can have it. You know,
Thank you. Because you talking. I'm gonna just cut in for 2 seconds, and I'm gonna let you finish. I gotta correct your statement.
It's not as important to me as it was.
Yeah, but it's not about how big.
Give me my statements and my jeans.
Because can anybody just go fill out an application and move into where you stay right now? Huh?
No.
Don't worry, I'll wait. So it's not about how big or small it is. That's not about that. You still have to have means. You have to have a certain amount of means to stay where you are. So I don't think anyone will come in with a judgmental spirit and be like, no.
But what if somebody come along now in my life and say, I don't want to live in a. I got people tell me, I don't want to live in a townhouse or a penthouse or a apartment. I want a house. I want to live in a suburb. I'm gonna say,
can they buy it?
Can they buy what?
The people that's saying that, can they buy
it? Saying if they got that opinion, they should be able to buy it. Okay.
You know, this is the school I come from, and this is just who I am. I'm not going to ask you to do anything for me that I can't do for myself.
Exactly.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Exactly. Lola has owned her home since I met. How long we been on each other?
Long time. I came back in 13 years.
Lola has owned her home for a while. She has a real home in a gated community. I mean, by herself. That's why I don't understand some of the decisions that she's made in choices.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Because of connection.
Because let me tell you something. It was. Let me say this. It was like Lola has the harvest of the fruit, and these Negroes still planting a seed. They plant. I lived in the South for a while. They planting in the spring, and Lola all the way up in the fall.
It's powerful.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, especially that one. I keep getting on that one every week. And I'm like, you know, I mean, I understand. I understand potential. Because I post about it every now and then. Marrying potential. But they got to at least be kick-started. I mean, they got to be jump-started. Just marry talent.
I'm past on it. I'm not
talent that's broke and lazy. See, you can marry potential that's working, or there's potential that's lazy. There are lazy people that have potential.
Wow.
Ooh, let me tell you, when I lay down tonight, I'm gonna just pass out because I've been going strong all day long. Let me tell you something. You can marry potential that's lazy, and you be stuck with a lazy person, and they don't have enough get up. You don't want to get up every morning cranking somebody up.
Right.
That potential.
It's true.
Encouraging a man, come on now, encouraging a man here and there is one thing.
Right.
To jumpstart the nigga, I mean the man.
I get it.
Some men want you to, some people, period. They want you to talk into their life every day. I ain't got time to validate you every day.
Yeah.
You should come with an owner's manual.
Yes.
Parking, validation is for parking.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck she look like getting somebody that's living in one room with their mama still or their ex-wife, and she got a whole 4-bedroom home. Okay, I rest my case. Sean, you ain't saying nothing now.
My.
Did I set you up?
Well, so I say all of that to say that I don't want, and I get offended when I hear my brother talk like that, because I hate when I see women trying to find a man to take care of them and provide them with life that they have to work to accomplish themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that you all shouldn't grow up together and go higher together,
mm-hmm.
but don't come in here with all these doggone demands.
Yeah.
And you don't even have a decent pair of pots and pans.
Yes.
And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you don't go sit down somewhere, you can't even keep a home.
Mm-hmm.
True story. Listen to this. True story. And I got to be
did good without any stories tonight. Jesus.
You ain't gonna make it without a story. So I knew a couple where the guy was the provider, a great provider, and his wife, they live in a 5-bedroom, 5-bed, 3-car garage, big, beautiful house. Big, beautiful house. No kids, just the two of them, no kids. He had a house when they got married. So he had been living like this.
Mm-hmm.
Luxury cars, all of this good stuff. Retired from one career, worked successfully in another career. So money is not an issue. They live in a warm climate. So they came up to Michigan, and while in Michigan, you know, it was in the wintertime, and while hanging out, the people that they hung out with were all wearing fur coats and stuff like that. So the wife said, you know, she wanted one. So bought her 2 fur coats to go back to a climate that you'll never wear. But that's, you know, that's neither here nor there. And then she began to complain about she halfway got a job. Sometimes she had one, sometimes she don't have one. She watched a lot of TV, a lot of housewives, She want to walk around in fluffy flip-flops and bathrobes and sip on champagne. She want to do all this stuff, right? Halfway keep a job. Sometimes she works some, she lose the job, everything on him. And then she complains. She calls me and complains and talk about how he's never home. And she wanted this luxury car. And then she wanted a bigger house. Complained about never home. He's always working. I said, but he's working to buy you all the stuff that you asking for. Because you halfway work and you're not satisfied with what you have, and you don't want to talk about something. You want a new house and you want this and you want that. So the only way you're gonna get these things, he goes to work. He can't get it if he sit at home looking in your face all day.
Right, and maybe you need a hobby to help offset some of that time. And so, yeah, absolutely, or do something. Yeah,
We'll find you working.
Yeah. Do your own thing. Correct. Yeah, for sure.
I got to come off this situation. It's getting a little personal, and I'm getting irritated all over again. But I say that to say, ladies, bring something to the table. A cute face and a small waist and the golden globe that you think you're sitting on. You have to bring something more, because it's a partnership. And a man will go and bring you the world if he knows that he has a partner. Correct. That's there in his corner to help be what he needs. And you come home, the house ain't clean. You'd have been home, and now he got to figure out what he gonna eat for dinner. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I
add to it.
No, I totally agree. I do. And I think that sometimes we could be really superficial And we don't. I don't think we really value relationships. I think the value and the quality of relationship is really diminishing. I really do. I don't feel like we have that partnership. I don't even think we go in help it. I know for me, I am a builder by trade, right? So it's very rarely like I'm looking, how can I help you, right? Because that's who I am. I think a lot of times we come into what's in it for me. We don't look to build one another. We don't look to build together. It's like, what can I get out of it? You know, and so I totally agree. I do. And I think we have to mature as well. You know, I think maturity plays a very, very big part in it as well. And our society has become over sexualized.
Yeah.
With women, right? I think it's on both sides because we women, we think it's okay as long as we're throwing it down in the bedroom and we got Chanel bags and we going on trips and we driving luxury cars because we throw it down. And it doesn't matter that he has three more y'all, right? As long as you throw it down, then that's okay. And then the men, not all, but some, they look at women for that sexual purpose. So really, it's a subliminal prostitution ring.
Right.
When you think about it, I take care of you and you throw it down. That's what it is. Yeah. You know, and there's no camaraderie, there's no respect, there's no honor. It's basically, I take care of you. You know what it is. You know, so I think that we need to get back to the quality of a lasting connection. What does that even look like? What does a true quality connection with nutrients that'll help you grow? What does that entail? Do we even know what that is? Do we even know what it is? And I just think we've really gotten away from the things that really kind of matter. I'm old school. You know what I mean? Like my grandparents were married for 65 years. We had a soul food business in Philadelphia. And I don't care how busy our restaurant was, Lola, my grandmother would stop and make sure my grandfather had his meal. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So just the relationship that they had, and this, you know, the quality of relationships are just really diminishing. We're talking about relationship goals because we want to portray what we are and how others see us, right? But I just, you know, I'm one of those. I live my life from the inside out. You know, when me and my ex-husband were married, we were heavy in ministry. You know, and Bishop knows this. We were heavy in ministry. I was my first lady's armor bearer. He was my bishop's armor bearer. We were everywhere, and people were looking. Oh, y'all a power couple, because we was at all the conferences. And Lola, our house was falling apart. Mm-hmm. We had nothing in between us, but we were everything to everyone else. Yeah. So a relationship goal for me is when I have a connection, right? Mind, body, soul, and spirit with my beloved that is unshakable. That's a relationship goal for me. Yeah. You know, so I think we've really kind of gotten away from that, and we kind of need to get back to it.
Go ahead.
Faithful.
Here, look down at your phone for a minute. Go ahead.
Faithful to his will. Faithful to his will. Ask the question. Then, because y'all are whole, why are you single? Why are you still single? And this was a question I had sent to Bishop earlier this week. I said, you know, people are going to ask us, since y'all got it all together, why are you single?
Yep.
And here, I'll start off with my answer. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that I know are in empty relationships. There are a lot of people that I know that are in relationships just to say that they got a man.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. I love myself enough.
Yes.
That I'm enough for me, right? I'm enough. Now, do I seek companionship? Absolutely. Do I want a man? Absolutely. But I'd rather sit in this house by myself alone with peace than to be trapped up doing a quarantine with somebody that's getting on my nerves. Now, I say that jokingly, but seriously. So many times people feel that in order for me to be on top of the world, I'm not complete until I have a man. I don't know that to be true. Dating right now, or dating period, it's very challenging because you have to get to the core of why people really want you.
Correct.
When you sit in the seats that we sit in, it's a lot of trickery out here. People and their intentions be on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And their interests be on a whole nother level. And so you will entertain because you want to give people an opportunity. You want to give people an opportunity to really, let me see what he's talking about.
Yes.
It starts off good. But when you see red flags, you have to acknowledge those red flags and ask yourself, is this something I'm willing to deal with? If it's yes, you continue on, but you can't complain about that red flag later because you've agreed to deal with it because you stayed in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that you say no, walk away. So
Yeah.
I'm single because I'm not afraid to walk away from what society thinks looks good.
Yes.
My last situation, everybody, everywhere we went, oh my God, you guys are so beautiful. Oh, you're such a strange couple. Oh. So if I want to continue in all the compliments, I could have stayed there.
Yes.
That was growing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be alone.
Yes.
No problem walking away when I'm not happy. So I'm single because my happiness means everything to me. And the moment that it falters,
yes,
the moment that you're not a good steward of your time, I'm not going to say that I'm quick to throw you away, but I'm quick not to waste my time.
Absolutely.
So me, because I get this often because I'm the man that does all these relationship posts day in and day out, all day long. I just put a new one up. Y'all go look at it when we get done. And so I'm single because I've been around, the marriage thing here and there, and I just don't want to make the same mistake. When you know better, you do better.
Yes.
And so you don't just keep rushing into things.
Yes.
And so I live life by the time I get mine, I'm getting ready to turn 58 June 8th. Okay. Monday after next. And if I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing when I was 28 or 29, when I first met Pastor Kim, then that'd be crazy. Mm-hmm. And so I believe it or not, let me see, it's almost 4.5 years since I've dated somebody. I'm like dated, like I'm talking about committed. I'm not afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of committing to somebody that's not worthy of the commitment. That's not worthy. That's not, I know the woman is the prize, but I'm the catch.
That's good.
Good.
Love it.
That's good.
Love it.
That's right. And you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know what I bring to the table.
Yes. Yes.
And I do know that I also am somebody that's not easy to get along with.
Mm-hmm. No, Lord.
Yeah.
I have my ways. I'm set in them. I'm looking at the picture on the wall right now that's kind of tilted, and it bothers me, and I want to get up in the middle of this and fix it. I know where everything is around here, right now, because I got camera equipment and all kind of cords all over the place. It aggravates me, but this is the new norm right now. And so if it lasts a long time, then I'll pay somebody to come in and put everything like it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But everything has been in its rightful place and all that. And so I know I can be something. And so it's going to take someone to put up with this something.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it's got to be somebody that can deal with, not Bishop.
Yes.
With Gregory Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Superman can fly, but Clark can't, and so I just don't want to take that chance. I me, I'm on television every day, and I don't talk about that much. I took a divorce publicly on TV. took it publicly. Okay, everybody, and so I don't, when you're in public, you can't take too many hits and things. So I have to think from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm single. And the reason why we're doing this right here is because we have failed and we haven't had it together. And I'm becoming this relationship expert and coach and guru and all that stuff that I see my stuff shared all over. I'm talking about not church people, all over, is because I don't want other people to make the same mistakes and rush.
Yes.
When I hear the stories of people that have rushed into relationships because they just could not wait. And for church folk, they want legal sex.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow.
Okay? Or just want a man, just need a man, just got to have him. Want a man, need a man over here, want a man, got a man over there, one man. Right? No. So I'm single because when that right one comes, I will know it. They will be able to handle everything about me.
Yes.
It won't get on their nerves. They will be consistent. They will appreciate me. And they almost damn near will call me Lord, like Sarah called Abraham.
Well, amen, church.
I'm with you, Bishop, because I'm with you, and I understand, because that when I talk to God about my beloved, I said, Lord, I want to look at my beloved like Sarah looked at Abraham.
Yeah.
No, that's been my prayer. I want to have enough reverence. Go ahead, Bishop. I don't want to cut you off. I'll let you.
I'm done.
No, that was it. That was his final word.
Okay. I actually love answering this question. I do. I have been single since I got divorced 7 years ago, right? And so for me, I have to be honest, I have emerged this time during my aloneness, right? With me. I really got in tune with another dimension of woman, of who I am, right? And so because of that, and this is a lot of what the book is about, I'm not going into it, but the prerequisite to anything is making sure we are healed, right? Because when you're healed, you see things through a different lens, right? You see things through a different perspective, Lola. And I'm going to be honest, there has been several men that I've liked, that I was really frustrated because they walked away. But they walked away. I've been celibate since I've been divorced 7 years ago, right? And what for me, but when we come to, you talk about everything, you gathering data, right? Like, how you date. And so we talk about everything else, and then sex comes up, of course, because sex is a normal part of relationship connection, especially when you're, attracted to someone, right? For me, my story, and that I'm sticking to my desire, is that I understand that I'm exclusive. And so for me, all of who I am goes to my beloved, all of who I am. And so for me, and when I look at a woman, I see like a pristine castle, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want you to envision this for a minute. You look in this castle and everything is where it's supposed to be. The floors are shellac, right? That doesn't mean it's perfect. But when my beloved comes into my space, he's not tripping over someone else's shoes, right? He's not tripping over because of things that I failed to deal with. He's not going to find doors and places in my home that he doesn't have access to, because I still have things in my soul, you know what I mean, that I've not dealt with. So how I know, for me, I know that I'm ready and I'm in position because I'm ready to love as if I've never been hurt. When you're ready to love like you've never been hurt, you understand that you're in a safe place, you're in a healthy place. And for me, I just like when I meet him, I want to meet him. Like there's no recollection of anyone else. And so for me, I'm single because I understand what I need. I understand that I'm created. I'm not created for everyone.
Right.
I'm not created for everyone, and I'm not going to
That
waste.
is so good. That
I'm
is so
not,
good.
and I
And
understand
you're not
that.
for everybody. And
And
Correct.
everybody don't deserve access.
that's why you should
Correct.
get offended about people having type. Go ahead.
Correct. Exactly. And so I've had several that walked away, but I'm okay with it, right? I'm not, and now am I going to say it's not frustrating? No, it was frustrating, right? But at the end of the day, I still have my dignity. I still have my respect. I still have who I am. That is still reserved for my beloved. And I had a friend, he told me, he said, Tia, you crazy. One of my platonic friends, he said, Tia, ain't no man gonna wait to have sex before you get married.
Yes, they will.
And I said, okay. Now, if I wasn't affirmed, I said, yes, they will. Yes, they will.
They'll wait, but they might pop the question a little faster.
Right. Right. We're gonna have to, yeah. So I
I'm
am
saying the right one will wait.
Correct. And so I'm single because I understand that I'm an ultimate 5-course experience. I don't come with green beans. I'm an ultimate 5-course experience. And my beloved is going to understand all of who I am. Right. And so I'm totally okay with it. I am. Do I desire Lola? I'm like you. Listen. Yes. Come, my love. You understand what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm okay with who I am. I am. And I want to say this and I'm going to be quiet. Right?
You could.
It was this gentleman. And I mean, I really liked him. I still like him. I'm going to keep it real. Right. But I like me more. Okay. So we were dating, and we vibed on every level. We had a fantastic connection, and I don't really connect. And so I always talk about non-negotiables, and I think in relationship we should always have non-negotiable. I don't mean a laundry list, but you should have at least 1 or 2 deal breakers, something that you just will not tolerate because your deal breaker is your standard, right? And
Right.
so for me, I chose not to sleep with anyone until I'm married. For him, his non-negotiable was, and we talked about it. He said, "Babe, I'm feeling you, but I can't say that I'm going to do that." And so we agreed to let it go, and that was it. He called me about actually 2 days ago, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I've been thinking." He said, "In the place that I'm in now," he said, "I really thank you for telling me no." He said, "I slipped up, and yeah, I had sex." He said, "But I got convicted," because he goes to church, you know what I mean? He knows the Lord and all of that. But he was just saying, that it's not always seems. And so basically, when you get to a certain age, your perspective starts to change, and your perspective starts to shift. You know what I mean? So although people may walk away, they'll never forget.
So let's close with this. We got about 20 minutes, about 15 minutes. I keep putting up cash apps because I say this. I'm not closing with this, but this is entertainment. This is the new entertainment. And so if you want to be a blessing to any one of us or all of us, do it, because many of you are regulars and you're learning from this. We could have as well put this on a private thing and charge for this. We're giving our experience. So the cash app will be up and down. Do so. And don't be offended by us doing that, because if you came to one of our seminars, like we was getting ready to go on the road and do, you paid to get in. So, and some of you have, and so thank you. I just posted tonight, right before I came on here, I take my relationship thing, I do. And Cicely, thank you so much for asking people to join my YouTube channel When the Right One Comes. I need y'all to join it. I need to hit 1,000, y'all. There's hundreds of videos, a couple of hundred videos on there. Because I think this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life, stuff like do this. But anyway, so I posted, we say that we want somebody that's going to, and Lola, we talked about this, enhance us,
Mhm.
to help bring out the rest of us, and to support us. But I believe many times we sabotage that because we can't receive what they have to bring to the table to make us better. Like, I know without a fact, without a doubt, that I would be a better man if I had somebody sitting right here. Because the Bible says, this the first time I said this in all the times we've been on here, the Bible says that when the man finds a good thing, he obtains favor with the Lord.
That's Bible.
So I ain't got all my favor. I'm walking in favor. But why is it that when we get that person, we can't receive from them? Because so don't ask for somebody that's going to enhance you and to enhance your happiness, to enhance even your career and all that. Is it because they remind you of maybe somebody that was controlling and abusive, and you think that this is still controlling you by giving you? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
I do.
That when the right one comes, they come to enhance you and to make you better, but you can't receive it.
Yeah, you got to stop all that. All of this.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody want to deal with that. I think people have a hard time letting go of their past.
Yeah.
And people talk about how I'm over him, I'm over her, but people don't realize the baggage that they bring to new scenarios and new situations. Some people feel that the best way to get over an old situation is to jump into a new situation without that healing time and that healing process. And when you do that, you're damaged. You're damaged goods. And no one is looking for damaged goods. No one goes to the store and, can I get the irregular model? No, that's not what we want.
Mm-hmm.
We want something of substance, but people are afraid of being alone. And they rush into situations
Good, sis.
just so they can say, I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah.
But you know why they're afraid of being alone? Because they can't live with the hell that's going on within themselves and in their minds.
Yes.
There are people that's struggling. We've been talking about this week in, week out. There's people that's struggling during this pandemic, being at home alone, because you're trapped in your mind.
Yeah.
You're trapped with all of those things that you never dealt with. Now you have no time to do anything but think about those things and deal with those things. See, oftentimes we busy ourselves so we don't have to deal with the chaos that can be going on in our lives. So if I keep busy, I don't have time to deal with it. But now that I have nothing but time in my hands, people are forced to deal with things that they've never wanted to face.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they have to do it, how do I go through this alone? This is where prayer and building your foundation and relationship, because we always talk about how we love God and we trust God and he's the head of our lives and I can depend on God. Yeah. But when you really have to be in the pit of that valley, it's easy to trust him when we're on the mountain. But when you're in the pit of that valley, can you trust him with that same measure that you did when you were sitting high? Now we're forced to deal and resolve those things that's been on the inside for so long that it's caused us so much distress, so much contention. And until people begin to deal with those things, it doesn't matter how much time they take before they get into another relationship. If you don't deal with the demons, and I'm just going to call them demons for lack of better words, not saying that you're demonic, but if you deal with those things that hold you down, it doesn't matter the amount of time and space you put in it, you still have to address those issues before you will be healthy and ready for anybody. And people don't want to do it. They don't. It's easier not to.
Sister Gail, that's a good Evangelist Gail. What she just said is true. Read that. Yes.
Yes.
Like
Love
you've been hurt. That's powerful.
It is.
Matia, you want to add?
I do. I think I totally agree with. I totally agree with Lola, because, like, at our foundation, a lot of times we, even in relationship, when we go from relationship to relationship and we don't allow the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, the emotions to take a break and heal and regroup. What happens subconsciously is I expect you to love the me that I secretly hate. I've not taken the time to deal with my stuff. As a matter of fact, it's too painful or too shameful for me to do it. And so really, because I haven't, deep down at my core, I really don't even feel like I deserve this. I really don't even feel like that I'm worthy of this level of love or connection. And so, like, what do? Subconsciously, I self-sabotage it, or I get fearful, or I give you just a little bit. You understand what I mean? Because there are things that I need to deal with. And I think the most mature adult thing that we could do, that we could ever present to anyone else, is a full whole self. Yeah. I think it's like, I think we're all of us. And since there is no perfect person, I do believe in relationship, there's always going to be a place that is going to be assigned to your beloved. Why? Because that's the only way we can grow together, right? So there has to be a vulnerable place in you that I'm assigned to. That's different than you carrying baggage for years, right? And you fail to deal with it. And some of us is consciously and some is subconsciously. I'll never forget. And sometimes we don't realize things are in the basements of our souls. I'll never forget, me and my ex-husband, we were having a heated fellowship, right? And this was our first heated fellowship. And he had called me his ex-wife. He called me her name. Now, because I'm a praying woman and because I'm very intuitive and because I prayed for him all the time, I heard Holy Spirit, Lola, say immediately, that's why he went back to that moment of the way that she treated him, and you're reminding him of that moment. So he's subconsciously reliving that moment. Yeah. And see, when we don't deal with pain and trauma and unforgiveness, it goes deep. It really does. And so I think what we need to do as adults, since we all grown folk, there's no children here, is that we need to take time to heal so that, number one, we can discover our best self. And when I discover my best self, then I can offer you my best self. Yeah. And I think we just give people whatever and expect for them to take it. No, I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything. Because I've done my work. And because I've done my work, I see through a different lens. I can see your dysfunction. So I just think that we all have a responsibility to heal and not expect people to be our saviors, not only financially, but sometimes, and a lot of times, preachers, bishops, those in ministry, we get entangled in this a lot because the purpose in us wants to help people. And sometimes we take on assignments that were never God's will for us to deal with because we feel like, oh, I got the anointing to bring them through. Everyone has a responsibility to their own personal commitment to their self. And I think we just need to take some time and heal and give our best self.
You know when we really heal? We really heal when we stop talking about the other person.
Right. Yep. Yes.
The healing begins when we deal with us.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Because in every situation, especially if they all turn out the same,
yes,
you are the common link.
Yes.
So when you begin to deal with you, then that's when the healing begins. When you can get over them and and look at the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Then that's when you truly begin to heal. All right. They asked Lola, they said your cash app is coming up as Carla Calhoun.
Yeah, that's fact. Those are true.
Okay,
That's
that's her, y'all. There go Lola George, Greg MD, Atia,
Samela.
Samila. Hit all of them. Hit one of them. Do something. If you've enjoyed this, this is just like going to the theater, y'all.
It's just like going to the theater on Saturday night. You just
So
never know
what
what
would you
you're
pay
gonna
for
get.
this? What would you pay? So divide that into 3. You know, do it. I mean, this is entertainment. For 2 hours, we've sat here, and when I tell you, this would have been a seminar. Atia, when's your book coming out?
It will be out for pre-order in about 2 weeks.
And where we find you at?
No Green Beans, no dot green beans on Instagram, no green beans on Facebook. Website is www.nogreenbeans.com.
Okay, let me see if there's any questions on here. Lola.
I can be reached at Lola George on Facebook, and I am Lola George on Instagram. And as I say every Saturday night, I appreciate your time, your attention, and your participation. Again, you've made a conscious decision to spend your evening with us, and that is not anything that we take lightly or we take for granted. There are so many other things that you could have done. There are a lot of other lives that's happening right now, but you chose to spend your evening with us, and for that, we are grateful and thankful. Hopefully, we've said something that will empower, enlighten, and that will bring a smile to your day. We do this not for us. We do this so that we can help heal the land. We know that we're living in a time where we're questioning a lot of things that's happening around us. But one thing I want you to know is that we love you, we appreciate you, we support you, and everything that's happening, God is allowed it because He is still in control.
If you're interested in the T-shirt that I'm wearing, when the right one comes, it comes in black, white. We even have we can get you silver, gold, writing, whatever you want. Also, screenshot right there. If you have questions for us for next week, screenshot that right there. When the right one comes, WTROCTV@gmail.com. All right. Send your question, comment, T-shirt, Cash App last time. You want to invite your guests that you have over, Lola?
Yes.
Lola has
Special
a
guests,
guest.
come on and see the people.
He's our third co-host anyway.
He keep up a lot of foolishness in the comments. My little brother. That's Mr. Sean Jones.
That's Sean, y'all.
This is Sean. This is the one that hold the keys to all the bones. You know, where all the bodies are buried, and he got all the bones.
Now's the perfect time to ask any secrets about Lola or Bishop. I'll tell them all.
No, he will not.
He won't tell none of them.
Because we have some on him that we can share too.
Sean is my friend. He's also my armor bearer at the church, and miss him dearly. But I check on him maybe every other day. I check on him more than I'm supposed to be the bishop. He's the armor bearer. But I'm glad to see him there tonight. Atia, you have been a breath of fresh air to the conversation.
Thank you.
Y'all screenshot that. Make sure you get a book. Follow me on YouTube, y'all. I need to see subscribers. When the right one comes, YouTube channel. We'll be back next Saturday at 9. Let me say this. I wouldn't dare get off of here without saying this. I'm sitting here looking at the news, and our country is in turmoil, y'all.
It is.
Los Angeles is burning. And the amazing part of it is the Lord has blessed me so that I've traveled most of these places, most of these streets. I just was looking at Philadelphia, stores that I've been in. They're tearing up Market Street, on 17th Street in Philly. They're in Los Angeles, Atlanta, a mile from where I live in Detroit, even in Salt Lake City. It's so amazing, and I'm not preaching. It's so amazing that COVID has taken 100 and some thousand people out. But one man saying, I can't breathe. One man saying I can't breathe, and one cop that would not take his knee off of a man's neck for 20 minutes has caused all this. Y'all, let me tell you something. This is serious. This is in real time. This looks like another country. And what y'all need to stay woke about, these folk are out here without masks on. And COVID is still alive.
Alive and well.
In the next 2 weeks, we're gonna see what this is gonna be looking like, because we're in bad times. So at the end of the day, I just want to mention, and of course, we're still praying for his family, and we're asking God to heal the land. You know, I don't want to go out on a sour note, but this is real.
Yeah.
I mean, police are in the streets. They're burning police cars. They're breaking in stores. It's a bunch of folk walking around Atlanta with Louis Vuitton and Gucci on because they broke in Louis Vuitton and Gucci last night.
I don't understand, and I'll turn it twisted right here. I don't understand how you go tear up your own neighborhood.
Right.
How you go tear up the very resources that feed your community. I'm not sending nobody to the suburbs and telling them to go tear it up there, but I just don't understand why burn down where you got to go get your baby's milk from, where you got to go get your baby's parent. Why destroy the very resources that feed your home?
Yes.
Because when you're moving out of emotions, you're not thinking about it. Remember, you're talking. These are the younger generation, and they don't care.
Right.
They're not thinking before they react and do things. It's a different mentality. And then on the other hand, Lola, when there is so much pressure and you've been through so much, it's been festering.
It has been, and it's been festering for the last 3 and 4 years. It's been festering. This last 45 has uncovered, and he's allowed people to come out of the closet and walk their truths. See, I'd rather you spit in my face and say I spit in your face than spit in my face and call it rain.
Yeah.
Don't throw rocks and hide your hands. And so what this last presidency has allowed is for everybody to come out and walk in their truth. And now you got to deal with the consequences of those actions.
Maisha Jacqueline said you don't have anything to lose, and that's how they feel. I mean, I ain't got nothing anyway. So what do I have to lose?
Burning and tearing
what you say, John?
I was just saying the majority of the people that are burning things and tearing things down and destroying things have not experienced any police brutality at all. These are people that are just taking advantage of the situation. So you don't want
there are a lot of
pass or give them an excuse to do what they're doing because it's not right.
Yeah, but let me say this. There's something different about this one, and I'm done. Let me tell you what's different about it. It's back to the 60s. It's white and black people.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my TV. There's just many white people out here. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the peaceful protesting. They're even tired of it too. And when you make a statement, before I did my show at 6:30 today, you make a statement and say, "MEGA, Make America Great Again," loves black people. So you're telling us that your MEGA, Make America Great Again, don't include black people. Y'all love black people. Are we listening at what is being said? And you're saying words that are cold words from back in the day. You loot, we shoot. Those are cold words.
Yes.
Sean, I hear you.
I agree with you on that.
It doesn't make it right. But they tired. They tired. They tired. They ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
So why you breaking Louis Vuitton and Gucci?
And you ain't got nowhere to carry it. You ain't got nowhere to carry it. You're going to carry it from one room to the next, from the bathroom to the living room.
I do disagree. Every time this happens, we are losing. They do have a lot to lose based on what they're doing.
Yeah, about out of 100 arrested last night, about 80 from outside. A lot of that happens too.
Mhm.
And they plant people also to make the community look bad. So I agree with it. Y'all. I didn't mean to go this way, but I would not be a good leader if I just didn't mention it and act like it wasn't happening.
Absolutely.
It's happening. It's happening. I mean, you think you're looking at a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's not end on that. Y'all make sure again. Let me put it up one more time. Thank all of you for joining my babies from Celebration Church. I appreciate y'all. And again, there's the information. You want to be a blessing. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night.
Good night, all. Good night.
Don't forget the most important thing. You gotta follow Sean. That's the most important thing.
Follow Sean Jones. All right, hold on, y'all.